Namaste. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Today is day 38 of our 45-day series on helping you to last longer in the bedroom. Some of you may be seeing really good results now, and if you are, you can perhaps stop. But if you're not seeing the results that you want, no problem. Sometimes it takes a few months. Keep going, and you can do the series out of sequence. Find a video that you like and do it 3 times. Before we get started with today's video, just a few little reminders. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button as it helps me push it out to more people so I may help them. Also subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so when the next day gets released, you're right there with us. With that, let's get started here today. Welcome. Get into a comfortable position, and if you can do this outside, even better. The vitamin D helps you to last longer. And today is a combination of acupressure and an asana. And so if you like the yoga sequences, then be sure to do the light yoga in the middle of the 45-day series. If you like the acupressure, we're going to have some more coming up in the sequence, and we had the first dozen or so videos that are completely acupressure. But you can mix and match as you want to. Today is a couple acupressure and an asana. The first is an acupressure point, and this has made me not only TikTok but also Instagram famous. And I think on Instagram this video got about 5 million views. And so what the acupressure point is from the very top where the hairline meets the forehead. We're going to go all the way through the nose, and then we're going to bifurcate and then go on the nostrils to the cheek. And we're going to do that for the next 2 minutes. So here we go, from the hairline forehead to the nose to both nostrils. And you can apply as much pressure as you want. I tend to apply light pressure. And in my 20 years of experience, I've actually really not seen a difference between the light pressure and also the firm pressure. So use a pressure that's comfortable for you. It can help bring blood flow to the pelvic area. And that is what we're trying to do here. If we can bring nourishment and blood flow to the pelvic floor, then we can tone the pelvic floor, and then you'll have more control over the pelvic floor, helping you to last longer. That is the Chinese point of view, Chinese medical acupressure point of view, and that is what this acupressure point is helping you to do. While we do this, as we've done in many of the other sequences, is we're going to couple it with an asana. And this can cause a doubling effect, which will make the pelvic floor even stronger. So while we're doing this, I'm going to coach you through it. You're going to contract the pelvic floor for 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then you're going to lift the pelvic floor for 1, 2, 3 seconds, and then you're going to rest. And we can do this while we're doing the acupressure because it's called the guiding technique. The acupressure and the asana works to compound and bring greater nourishment to the pelvic floor, to tone the pelvic floor so you can have more stamina in the bedroom. And so while you're doing this, you can again contract the pelvic floor, lift the pelvic floor, and rest the pelvic floor. By now, some of you may be able to do it in intervals of 10 seconds to 30 seconds. Find a comfort for you. I don't want you to push yourself too much, but if you are able to do maybe 5 seconds of each contracting, lifting, and resting, or even up to 30 seconds, then do what's comfortable along with the acupressure. Wow, I feel nice and relaxed. The facial acupressure points really help me to focus the mind, to focus the body. So now with that, we're going to do the bridge pose, which also helps to tone the pelvic floor. I'm going to show it to you in a lateral view, but you can do it as long as you're comfortable. You can use an acupressure mat or a yoga mat. I'm fine doing it on the floor, but do what's comfortable for you. So what you'll want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and put your knees in a perpendicular position, flex them and level them with the hip. And then you're going to go ahead and lay back. I'm just going to make sure the mic's out of the way. I'm going to put my hands onto the side, position my knees level with the hips, and then I'm going to bring my chest up, and then I'm going to put the chin towards the sternum, and I'm going to do my best to hold it for a couple of minutes. Now, if you're first starting off, you can only do 10 to 30 seconds. That's okay. So here we go. And we're going to try to hold this for just 90 seconds to 2 minutes. And while we're doing this, we can imagine the blood flowing from the top of the head, through the neck, through the spine, circling the hips, and then going to the pelvic floor. Every single time I do this visualization techniques, I can really feel the blood pool to the pelvic floor. And so when we do this, we're bringing great nourishment to the pelvic floor, which will help tone the pelvic floor, which will give you more control and stamina for you to last longer. So while we're doing this, we're going to go ahead and again visualize blood flow from the vertex, through the neck, through the spine, through the hips, circling the hips, and then to the pelvic floor. And you can do it as slow and as fast as you want. I do it at a moderate pace, and the efficiency of it doesn't really matter. You can find a pace that works for you because it's here to help you. And as I'm doing this, I feel so good. I have to tell you, it's the coupling effect of not only the asana, but also the visualization compiled after doing the asana and the acupressure. So it's as if you're doing more than one sequence at a time, because we're doubling and tripling the things, which will allow you greater therapy in helping you to tone the pelvic floor. Excellent. So that was about 2 minutes. So we're going to go ahead and rest, and then we're going to go ahead and go back into a seated position. And what we're going to do is we're going to do another acupressure point. And while we do the seated position, we're going to go ahead and put our legs together. And this can be a nice stretch that can also help with the pelvic floor after you've done the bridge position. And so you can do this just in this manner, or you can also fasciculate the hips and the knees by moving up and down, whatever's comfortable for you. And we're going to go ahead and end with another acupressure point. And that acupressure point is from Yin Tong all the way through to Do 20. Those are the acupressure points. So we're going to go from essentially where the eyebrows, right where they could meet or would meet, and then where the third eye essentially is, we're going to go along the midline all the way to the top. So we're going to do this for the next 2 minutes. So here we go. And while you're doing this, I want you to consider contracting the pelvic floor for a couple of seconds, lifting the pelvic floor for a couple of seconds, and then also resting for a couple of seconds. And by now, if you can hold it at each interval for 10 seconds, that's great, but do what's best for you. And so we want to do that along with this asana, along with this acupressure point. That's actually 3 different things that we're doing to help to contract the pelvic floor, so it brings great nourishment and tone and stamina to that area so that you can last longer in the bedroom. And before we wrap up with this acupressure point, just a little bit of a reminder. We have talked a lot about diet therapy. There are certain foods that if you can incorporate a couple times a week can really help you. In the course, we've talked about beets, cinnamon, turmeric, ginger, garlic, almonds, walnuts, black sesame seeds, flax seeds, pumpkin seeds. We've also talked about broccoli, Brussels sprouts, avocados, bananas, fish such as tuna, salmon, sardines, and shellfish. Do your best to incorporate these foods into your diet. I've sincerely seen patients incorporate some of these foods every day, if not every couple of days into their diet, and they've seen great results for them in lasting longer. And then just a little friendly reminder, it's very important to me that you get checked out by your doctor. Your doctor can examine you I can't do that for you. So please, please get checked out by your physician. Whatever he or she says supersedes what we do here today. Do not replace what we do here today without seeing your doctor. Go see your doctor. And then also in the course description right below, we have free course materials. I spent good time compiling them so you can have some written materials. So email us and we'll send them some free course materials to you. So very good. So before we wrap up for today, what I would like for you to do is to go through the series. You can pick this video or you can pick any other video, and I want you to do a video 2 more times before we meet up tomorrow. You can check out our Instagram and TikTok as there's more asanas and acupressure there for you. Keep with it. Keep doing it till you see the results that you desire. You'll know when to stop. Be well and see you here tomorrow.